Hello and welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. I'm Sibylle, and your mission today is to learn 3 ways to get unstuck. There was a time in my life when I just could not move forward. I was trying to get something done, and whatever I did, wherever I turned, I seemed to be walking into another wall. And it was not for lack of trying, it was extremely frustrating. Now, I'm not giving you the details, not because I'm not trying to be secretive or anything. It's a really long story and I don't want to bore you out of your skull. The point is that this happens to everyone occasionally. And to a point, it's natural because life is cyclical in nature. So there will always be times where things move forward really fast, and there will always be quieter, calmer times. That is normal, like the seasons, summer, autumn, winter, spring, follow each other. But when there's a prolonged time of inertia and you feel like it's really time to move forward, then it can be really annoying and really frustrating. And therefore, I'm giving you 3 ways to break through this fast and to get things flowing again. So think about it. Where in your life are you stuck? If your answer is nowhere, everything is just flowing beautifully at the moment, and that's great, then the rest of this video is for you to learn about the process so that next time it happens, you'll be forewarned and forearmed, as they say. Because it does happen in everybody's life every now and then. It's completely natural. And otherwise, if you do find there is somewhere in your life where you're stuck, then make a good note of it and see which of the 3 ways you can apply to it. And the first task and the first way is to stop pushing and start listening. Now, it may seem a little counterintuitive, but if you've been banging your head against something and you've been pushing and trying to make it happen for a long time, maybe weeks or months even, then it might be not very productive to just keep going in that way and exhausting yourself. Because remember, that definition of madness is to do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. Maybe there is a reason why it isn't working that way. So I invite you to, instead of, no, I have to get it done and keep pushing and keep banging your head against that wall, to instead take a step back, take a break, and take a deep breath. And then look at what else might be amiss in your life at the moment. Where else is something, the less obvious things that don't spring to mind immediately. Where else is something not flowing? Look at yourself. Are you looked after? Have you completely exhausted yourself? Or are you taking breaks? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting good food? Are you moving? Are you having fun? Are you pursuing your passions? All these things. Is the rest of your life in balance? And if not, maybe work on that for a bit. At least for a couple of days. I mean, if you keep pushing your head against, banging your head against something that isn't working anyway, those days will be wasted in any case, so you may as well use them on self-care. Look what else in your life is out of whack. And once you've done that, then look around for the less obvious solutions. You know the saying, when one door closes, another opens. And sometimes it's a window that you find is actually open a crack. But you'll only see that when you take a step back and when you look really closely and you take that moment to take a break, to take a breath and to regroup. And sometimes that's when the solution presents itself. So have you got that done? That's the first task. Your second task is it's called change of location, change of energy. And it's that truth and that insight that many people either don't know or don't consciously use nearly enough. Is when you physically make a change, then energy shifts and that can lead to a breakthrough. For example, if you're stuck in a task at work, so you're somewhere, let's say you sit in front of a computer and you're puzzling over something and you can't figure it out. And sometimes we just get so obsessed and we get tunnel vision and it just won't flow, we're blocked. So what you can do in a situation like that, if it's an immediate task, something that just came up that you've been obsessing over, change your physical position, get up, stretch, do something, walk up and down a little bit. Put on your favorite music and dance a little bit around the room. Take a walk around the block very quickly, just up and down the street. This is something that often happens immediately. It takes a minute or 2. You just begin to move your body, you change your physical position, and that changes the energy and your thoughts. And all of a sudden that solution pops into your head. Now, if it's something that you've been working on for a longer time, it's not just an immediate task that came up today, but something you've been banging your head against for months or weeks or whatever, then the same principle applies, but it needs a slightly larger scale solution, which might be a geographical change. Now, if you can afford it, look whether you can go away for a weekend, or maybe just stay with a friend that's better for your budget, or at the very least, get into the car or buy a bus ticket or a train ticket and go somewhere for one day. Just go away, do a physical change, see something else. It can feel like you are airing out your head. Go to the mountains or to the forest or to the beach and just let it breathe some fresh air, or go into, if you're usually a little bit remote like I am, I'm in the countryside, so for me the big change would be to go into the city and have some culture and go see a theatre play or visit an exhibition or something like that. That completely shifts your energy, and that can get things flowing again. Now, your third task is to take action. Often when we feel stuck in something, we don't feel like doing anything at all. And like I said before, mindless action and just keep pushing against the same closed door is not very productive. But no action at all isn't productive either. So action with intention beats just thinking about a solution any day of the week. Marie Forleo always says, clarity comes not from thought, it comes from action. So take steps, take the first steps. And this can be really hard to get yourself to do that if you're not quite sure yet which the right path of action is. But I'll tell you one thing, any path of action is better than no action. So just pick one and do the first couple of steps. You will know immediately whether you're doing the right thing. You can still course correct, come on. And otherwise you would have been stuck in that time, so you haven't lost anything. At least you're taking action, and that will create clarity in your head every time. It does like clockwork. Again, not mindless activity, but intentional, thought out activity. That might just be the solution, but it doesn't have to be. Don't wait until it's perfect, until you're absolutely sure that this is the solution. As soon as it's something that could feasibly contribute to resolving this block and moving you forward, give it a shot. It can't do more than go wrong, and even then you will know what the right course of action is. Now, your last task, as usual, is to let me know. What have you got out of this? Where are you stuck right now? Which of these 3 tasks are you going to put into practice? Or if you're not stuck right now, where have you been? Do you recognize yourself in any of this? What are your thoughts? Just hit reply on the email and let me know, and email me back. And if you haven't got the email, that means you're not part of the community of Wild Spirits just yet, and you should join us. So go to wildspiritscoaching.com and fill in a little form there, wildspiritscoaching.com. It's 100% spam free. You'll get 1 email per week with information, with background information, inspiration. There's recommendations of books and other resources. And sometimes there are exclusive offers that are only for subscribers that nobody else ever gets. So go to wildspiritscoaching.com and sign up. You can also Google Wild Spirits Coaching. That'll get you to my website as well. Thanks for watching.